time is it? Hello everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm so excited to share this project with you all in my apartment tour. We moved here 3 months ago, so it's taken me roughly about 3 months to gather all the bits and pieces and to kind of complete the apartment to what it is now. For those of you who don't know, I did move from California to the East Coast, and I live 2 train stops away from New York City. If any of you are familiar with the area, I live in Jersey City, which is pretty dang close to New York City, but it's not entirely New York City. The reason why we're living here is because Andrew got a job and the time difference was a lot to handle back in California, so we moved out here. But because of COVID, we all spent a lot of time inside given the circumstances, so we wanted to be able to find a place that was affordable in our budget and just kind of provided us with all the space that we needed, especially transitioning from the suburbs into the city. I hope that kind of explains a little bit better where we live. I just want to be completely transparent about it. What we're paying right now, if we were to pay that in the city, we would have about like a third of the space that we have now. In our opinion, it was the best decision to make for the time being. Let's go ahead and jump right into the video. To the left right here is our front door. When you walk in, you're led down that hallway, straight ahead to the kitchen, or back towards me down this way of the hallway. But we're gonna go straight ahead first. To my right here is our bathroom. It's honestly nothing really special. I only have 1 bathroom in the whole apartment. I have this basket over here that I just keep all my hair tools. This is also a medicine cabinet, so luckily we can put a lot of things there without cluttering up the sink space. Here I just have some Q-tips, floss, and a candle burning right now. The theme was supposed to be desert escape because we all love the desert so much from our time in San Diego. So we have a photo of a cactus, and then we have a succulent as well. Just pretty standard stuff here. And then we're gonna come out of the bathroom, turn to the right, and I'll go into Andrew's office. So you can see it's very colorful in here, and it honestly stays this way pretty much 24/7. Right below the desk, I actually have the dog kennel. Sometimes we make them sleep in there because they take up a lot of space in the bedroom. We have some plants by the window, some floating shelves. He has this custom-made Headphone World neon sign, and 6 album art covers that go right above the futon. And then over here, we actually have his DJ setup, and then the dresser right below the DJ setup is where we keep all of our towels and toilet paper and extra knickknacks, I guess. And then in this closet right here, so sweaters and coats go into this closet. And then I'll show you the view outside. We have a fire escape. There's actually surprisingly a lot of trees outside, and right below us is a restaurant. Okay, let's head out of the office and into the bedroom. Look how long this hallway looks. To the right over here is Andrew and I's bedroom. I'm not gonna lie, when we decided to take the minimal route for our bedroom, I was a little bit skeptical. I have always just enjoyed putting things all over the wall, printing out pictures, having color. There's only 1 picture up on the wall. I definitely wanted to have a switch up from that, especially for a bedroom that I share with someone else. Being able to unwind in a very calm and zen bedroom was something I didn't know I needed until I had it. The plan was to just kind of build as we go. Once we got to the space that it is now, I realized that I was actually really content with it looking the way it did. I liked feeling really relaxed when I went to bed. I loved waking up and just being ready to have a fresh start to my day without having clutter everywhere. I make my bed every single day now with the flow of the room, and overall I think it's been a great adjustment for our lifestyle. It feels right. When you first walk in, you're greeted with our dresser and my desk. I wanted to have it as an L shape so when I do work, I can look directly out to the door. I've gotten many questions from people of whether or not the dresser and the desk come as a set. The short answer is no. They looked like they were gonna match online, and surprisingly, they match pretty well. There is this office chair that I got off of Facebook Market. The texture looks almost like a grandpa sweater, but I love how vintage it looks. My light's name is Charlie, and it's Google operated. Hey Google, turn Charlie magenta. as are all the lights in the rest of the apartment. I also have a little tray right here that I keep all of my perfumes and hand sanitizer. We opted for putting our bed in the middle so we can both get out on each side, and I actually love that we did this because it's so much easier to make our bed in the morning. I only have a nightstand on this side where I keep my knickknacks. Right below there, I keep 2 of the books that I just recently bought, and then right behind our bed is a clock and then a humidifier as well. And then we have a light, but when you swing it back around this way, we have a TV right above our closet. We don't watch TV that much in here, but when we do, it's really nice to have. Another thing I love is the archway detail as well. And let's go ahead and check out the rest of the apartment. So earlier I showed you the front door right here. We can basically go ahead and turn into the kitchen. The kitchen has this really cute design on the ceiling. It's the only part of the apartment that has this. I really enjoy looking at it. Right away you can see that there is an open face pantry. I actually bought the contact paper from Amazon and I really wanted to make the feel in here a little bit more farmhouse, rustic, Mediterranean. I don't know, you can decide for yourself. But we also got these really cute glass jar containers so that they would be presentable since this is open and everyone can see. And then over by the window, I just put our wooden boards there along with a couple of plants. You're gonna see eucalyptus everywhere in the apartment because we shower with eucalyptus. So whenever they dry out, we just use them for decoration. I actually saw a friend on Instagram put her vitamins on her water dispenser. So I took inspiration and it's honestly been very helpful to have it there because I'm more inclined to take my medicine. Everything else is pretty standard. Our counter space is a little limited and we love our appliances. So we had to buy this bar cart right here. And on top, we just have our air fryer and coffee machine. And over here, we have our little key hook. I put some ombre honey on it from Trader Joe's. And then right down here, we have these two containers from IKEA. We just throw our shoes in there. It just keeps the clutter off of the ground and it looks pretty sleek in my opinion. And then from the kitchen, you can head directly into the dining room. Of all the rooms in the entire apartment, the dining room is where we actually all spend the most time in. We do a lot of our work in here, we eat in here. Our dining table set is very, very well loved. We have this navy blue dresser behind me so we could have additional storage. Fun story, Kyra and I actually walked this dresser home like 3 or 4 blocks and I know that doesn't sound like much, but when you're walking with a heavy dresser, it was literally such a freaking nightmare. I was sore for like 2 or 3 days after. We upcycled it. It was originally brown, but I painted it navy and the hardware gold. At the top of the dresser, I just decorated with a bar tray. My best friend got me an Architectural Digest book that I think fits perfectly right there. I put a Humans of New York book on top along with a piece of driftwood. The last piece on this dresser is this brass vase that I actually bought from Salvation Army and I think they tie in perfectly with the chandeliers that are placed all around the apartment. This art piece behind me, I'm so proud of it. Andrew and I found a couple of YouTube DIYs and plastered it because this is a restoration hardware dupe. Okay, wait, but can we also just all take a moment to appreciate this gold mirror and the detailing on it and how I got it for literally like $7 at the thrift store. Amazing! And now we have made it full circle back into the living room where I have poured my heart and soul into the creativity aspect. When I show people pictures of the apartment, this is the room that I like to show. It's just so fun, warm, cozy, welcoming, and inviting. Overall, it's amazing! The one thing I knew that I wanted before moving in here was a green sofa and we were able to find a great deal on the one right here. I actually love this sofa so much, not only because of how it looks, but because it really fits our needs. It's not a sofa that you'd want to lounge on all day long. It's not that comfortable, but it's comfortable enough for like a movie or two, which really helps us stay productive and it doesn't allow us to just kind of bum around all day long. I was inspired by Kendall Jenner's Architectural Digest to find some vintage pillows and I got these coral ones off of Society 6 and I really like the pop of color that it brings. I'm in love with the pillows. I really am. The dogs, however, love to lay on the pillows. They like to come and just smush it. Rotisserie chickens here. And ruin my setup. Moving over here, I had a console table that I got from Facebook Market. It was originally red, but I was inspired by an Instagram post and decided to paint it a seafoam green color. I think it complements the sofa really well. Above that, we just have a few decorative pieces. We also have this really awesome custom-made neon sign from Etsy, and it says, "What time is it?" And this is just an inside joke. If you know what time it is, then. And then moving over, we have this black fireplace that doesn't actually work. It just adds some character enter into the apartment. I always love having body mirrors everywhere. Right next to the fireplace, this body mirror I got off of Facebook Market as well, and I painted it gold. And then I got the little mirror from a thrift store, and I didn't know exactly where to put it, so I ended up just staggering the mirrors, and I love the collective look that it creates. I also have this very gorgeous Ficus altissima plant that I got at the farmer's market, and she's doing pretty well so far. Above the Ficus altissima is a photo that I got the first time I actually ever visited New York City. I was really blown away when I first saw this photo, and it actually has made its way to every single home that I've ever lived in. So I felt it was only right to bring it right back out to the city that I fell in love with. Right in front of the window we have our coffee nook, and I'm so proud of this little nook. I got the chairs from Facebook Market. Surprise, surprise. It was 2 for $5. So each chair was $2.50. I got the table also off of Facebook Market, and the vase was from a thrift store. We love to sit out here, people watch. I've witnessed 17 freaking weddings already, and anything that happens we get to witness it first because we live right in front of City Hall. And then in the corner over here, I actually got this bookcase off of the streets, and it didn't really fit my aesthetic, so I covered it with a blanket ladder. And then I keep all the book bindings showing on the side just so you can still see a bookcase type of style without it being too absurd through the front, because we don't actually have that many books anyways. And the last thing I actually want to talk about is our coffee table and what's underneath. I do have a glass coffee table because I really like the transparent look. I think it opens up the room a lot more considering the space isn't that big. And then underneath, because the sofa isn't that big, we do have 2 seat cushions for the floor, and this just really allows us to provide additional seating when it's needed. The dogs love to lay on it too, so it's a win-win situation. Okay, I think that sums up the gist of what's going on in the apartment. Thank you so much for joining me on my apartment tour. I hope you enjoyed what I created, and hopefully you can take some inspiration or just watched it for your pure enjoyment anyways. So much love to you all. Stay safe out there, stay healthy, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye!